What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Manchester United are back in action again in the Premier League. Matchday 24 up against Fulham at Old Trafford, 2 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, and manager is Marco Silva. So earlier on in the season, unfortunately Manchester United did draw 1-1 with Fulham at Craven Cottage. If you remember correctly, Bruno Fernandes did miss a penalty that game, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a disappointing draw because before that, in the first game of the season, we had lost to Arsenal at home. And then straight after that, we went into the second game of the season against Fulham, and then we got a disappointing draw against Fulham as well. So in terms of the start of the season, it was a little bit of a poor one. But yeah, in terms of some insights for the match, some match facts, Manchester United have lost just one of the last 20 Premier League games against Fulham, winning 15 and drawing 4, going down 2-1 at Old Trafford in February 2024. And following a 1-1 draw at Craven Cottage in August at the start of the season, Fulham are looking to avoid defeats in both Premier League matches with Manchester United for the first time since 2003-04, where they won one game and drew the other one. And Manchester United have won both Premier League matches under Michael Carrick this season, and a win here would see Carrick in his current spell equal Ruben Amorim's longest winning run in his 47-game tenure, 3 in October 2025. So Fulham have earned as many points in their last 8 Premier League games, which is 17, winning 5 and drawing 2, losing 1, as they managed in their first 15 of the season beforehand, which was winning 5 and drawing 2 and losing 8. Indeed, it's the most points Fulham have ever amassed over any run of 8 matches within a single season in the competition. And finally, Manchester United are unbeaten in 6 Premier League games, winning 3 and drawing 3, and haven't had a longer unbeaten streak since a run of 8 in January and February 2022 under Ralph Rangnick. It is the longest current unbeaten run of any side in the league right now. In terms of some recent form for Fulham are coming away with a decent 2-1 win against Brighton. They lost to Leeds, unfortunately. They got past Middlesbrough in the FA Cup third round. They beat Chelsea 2-1 at Craven Cottage. They drew to Liverpool at Craven Cottage as well. They drew to Crystal Palace. They beat West Ham away from home. And then at home, they did draw to Nottingham Forest. So they are coming in with some decent form. And they've only lost 1 in their last couple games. They've only picked up that loss against Leeds, which was away from home. But they are unbeaten in a couple games as well. So in terms of some Fulham team news, Tete is doubtful, but Oscar Bog, Chukwueze, Lucic and Munoz are out with injuries. So in terms of Fulham's starting 11, this is how I think Fulham are going to line up with, obviously, Leno in net, Castagna, Anderson, Bassi and Robinson making up the back 4, Iwobi and Burge making up the 2 central defensive midfielders. Then you have a front 3 of Wilson, Smith Rowe and Kevin, and then finally Jimenez up front. So in terms of how Fulham like to play, number 1, in terms of attacking with possession, fluid 4-2-3-1 with a 4-3-3 base with rotation and width. Silva often uses a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, but the shape becomes fluid in possession. Wingers and midfielders rotate to create overloads on the flanks, with fullbacks pushing high to stretch the defence. Number 2, wide overloads and fullback involvement. Fullbacks like Anthony Robinson are crucial attacking outlets, overlapping or underlapping wingers to create 2v1 situations and dangerous crossing opportunities. Number 3, underlapping central mid runs into half spaces. Central midfielders, particularly on the right side, make vertical underlapping runs into half spaces, linking play and providing penetrating options between the lines. Number 4, quick central combinations and vertical progression. Fulham look to link up play through quick third-man combinations centrally to break compact blocks, often transitioning rapidly upfield once possession is secured. And number 5, exploiting counter movements in the final third. So coordinated movements like a forward dropping deep to draw defenders and create lanes for runners, generate numerical dilemmas and incisive through passes in attack. So in terms of defending without possession, number one, mid-block defending with compact structure. Silva typically sets Fulham in a structured mid-block rather than aggressive all-out press. The team remain compact, especially across the midfield and defensive lines, to deny central penetration. Number two, zonal compactness to force wide play. Rather than man marking, Fulham defend zonally, shifting laterally to close passing lanes and guide opponents towards less dangerous wide areas. Number three, front players press based on triggers. Pressing isn't constant but triggered, typically when opponents enter certain zones or commit the ball to wide defenders. Front attackers close down centre backs and pivot players when the conditions are right. And number four, the front two and midfield shifts to a 4-4-2 when defending. Out of possession, the attacking formation sometimes morphs into a 4-4-2 mid-block with two forward players helping the midfield press and cut off passes through the middle. And number five, aggressive lines, coordinated line height. So Silva's Fulham often defend with a relatively high line to compress space. This demands discipline but helps squeeze the pitch and avoid and obviously hasten counter pressing upon losing the ball. And yeah, in terms of Fulham's star man, I'm gonna have to say it's Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson in the Premier League, he's got 8 goals and 4 assists in 22 games so far this season. In terms of his profile, he's an attacking creator and set piece specialist. Wilson is known for his excellent left foot, particularly his ability to deliver dangerous free kicks, curls from distance, and quality crosses, making him a constant goal threat and chance creator from wide or advanced midfield positions. Versatile, technical wide player, mainly deployed on the wing, on the right wing. He also plays centrally or on the opposite flank. His vision, key passes, and intelligent movement help him create scoring opportunities and link play in the final third. And goal threat and important final third contributor, Wilson contributes with both goals and assists, regularly featuring among Fulham's most productive attacking players and often stepping up in big moments to influence results. So in terms of Fulham, I think they are going to be a dangerous side. They are pretty high up in the league. I think they're 7th or 8th or something. I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, and we definitely have to be on top of our game if we are to be getting 3 points. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Fulham are a hard side to beat. You know, in the reverse fixture, when we played them at Craven Cottage, we came away with only a point, so which was a disappointing result and not a good performance as well. So hopefully we can come away with all 3 points tomorrow. In terms of Manchester United, let's speak about Manchester United a little bit. Man United are coming away with a surprise 3-2 victory against Arsenal at the Emirates. Arsenal took the lead early on when Lisandro Martinez turned the ball into his own net, giving the Gunners a 1-0 advantage. But Manchester United responded really well. Brian Mbeumo equalised after a back pass, after a stray back pass from Zubamendi. Mbeumo capitalised on that and equalised before half-time. And then Patrick Dogu struck early on with a fabulous struck volley in the second half to put Manchester United 2-1 ahead. Arsenal fought back with Mikel Moreno scoring from a corner like they always do with the set pieces to make it 2-2 late in the match, but then Matheus Cunha scored a late winner with a superb strike in the 87th minute to seal a dramatic 3-2 victory for Manchester United. And the result had a broader consequence or significance. United, under interim boss Michael Carrick, stunned the league leaders, ending Arsenal's strong home record and tightening the Premier League title race. In terms of the match overall, I think we were well worthy of the 3 points against Arsenal, simply due to the quality of goals we scored. Arsenal were at that point unbeaten at home in the Premier League, conceding just 5 goals as well. You know, conceding 5 goals at home in the Premier League up until that point. It was a really good defensive record for Arsenal, but they shipped 3 goals against us, which isn't great for them. But overall, really good, really happy with the 3 points. Really good performance as well. I think we limited Arsenal to very few chances, and they scored from an own goal. and they scored from a set piece or from a corner as well. So in terms of overall, we limited Arsenal to very few chances in the game, and I think we thoroughly deserved the 3 points. In terms of Manchester United's team news for this game against Fulham, we are, coming away with a couple of unfortunate injuries. Of course, Dele and Xerxes are long-term injuries, but Patrick Dogu, or Ballon Dogu, is out now as well for 10 weeks with a hamstring injury, unfortunately. Just when he was coming into form, he scored against Manchester City, Patrick Dogu. He scored against Arsenal as well, but unfortunately, he has picked up a hamstring injury, and he was brought off against Arsenal as well. So, yeah, really unfortunate that, Patrick Dogu's coming into a nice run of form, but he's picked up this long-term injury. So in terms of Manchester United starting 11, this is my my preferred 11 for Manchester United. Of course, Lemens is in net, Mazraoui, Maguire, Martinez and Shaw making up the back four, Casemiro and Mainu in the central defensive midfield positions, and Bruno Fernandes and Matheus Cunha as the front three in behind Benjamin Sesko. So obviously the notable kind of changes are that Mazraoui is coming in for Dalot, and personally I think we're going to be dominating the ball a little bit in this match, or I expect us to be, because we're at home and we are the superior side to Fulham. So I'm expecting a little bit more kind of ball control from Manchester United, so that's why I've got Mazraoui in there. Of course, Matheus Cunha is coming in for the injured Patrick Dogu. Really unfortunate that, like I mentioned, Dogu is out with with this long-term injury, with this hamstring injury. But we shouldn't be kind of we've got enough strength and depth to kind of deal with the situation. We've got Cunha who can play there. We've got Mason Mount who can play there as well. And then we've got Ahmad, who's not in the starting lineup for this match for me. He's going to be on the bench. But of course, Ahmad can play on the left or the right as well. So we've got plenty of options that we can be putting in the forward positions. And on Patrick Dogu, obviously I didn't have him as a winger whatsoever in my opinion, but he's shown that he can play on the right wing. He's shown he can play on the left wing as well. He's shown he can play at left back and at left wing back. So he's a really, really versatile player in my opinion. Really strong going forward, and he's really powerful as well when he picks up the ball as well, and he's got an engine on him as well. So, but yeah, Patrick Dogu's out for this match, a little bit unfortunate. But like I mentioned, Cunha is coming in, and Cunha, he's been performing well off the bench as well. He picked up an assist against Manchester City as well when he came off the bench, and then obviously Mason Mount scored against City as well, but that goal was offside. But I think Cunha could have picked up another assist against City as well. So when he came on against Manchester City, he performed really well, and then he obviously came off the bench against Arsenal to score the winner. So Matheus Cunha, he can obviously come off the bench as well. You can obviously play Ahmad at left wing, and then Mbumo on the right as well. So Mbumo is moving into the right wing position in place of Ahmad, but of course Ahmad can play there as well. And then obviously I've got Benjamin Sesko up front. I'm expecting Sesko to start as well, because I'm expecting us to be kind of dominating the ball, and I'm expecting Sesko to kind of play in between the centre backs as well, and hopefully occupy them, and then find some space in between them, get runs in behind from Sesko as well. Hopefully they can hopefully Sesko can get the better of the Fulham centre backs as well. So in terms of United star man, I'm gonna have to say it's Bruno Fernandes. Despite missing a couple games with injury over the Christmas break, I think Bruno still has the most chances created in the Premier League with 64. He is also leading the Premier League with assists. So far, he has got 10 assists in the Premier League. So he is our best player, most influential as well. So hopefully Bruno Fernandes can step up tomorrow, because we're going to need him. In terms of how do you beat Fulham, number one, control the midfield and pace of play. United need to dominate possession in midfield, using Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo to protect the defence and Bruno Fernandes to link play, so Fulham can't settle into their mid-block and slow the tempo. Strong central control lets United dictate when and where the game is played. Number two, exploit wide areas with overloads. Fulham's mid-block aims to stay compact centrally, stretching them wide with attacking fullbacks and quick wing play. Will create 2v1 situations and open spaces for crosses or cutbacks. Number three, high press to disrupt build-up. Pressing Fulham's defenders and midfield early prevents them from building from the back and force errors. United's aggressive pressing has worked previously to pin Fulham back and keep them under sustained pressure. Number four, be clinically effective in the final third. Fulham defend deep and often absorb pressure well. United must convert chances. United must convert chances they create, especially from crosses, through balls and set pieces, because Fulham can be tough to break down and dangerous on the break if United waste possession. And number 5, stay structurally disciplined and avoid counters. Fulham will look to exploit space on the transition. United must maintain a solid defensive shape when possession is lost and ensure midfielders track runners to prevent fast counterattacks. And quick recovery and transitional organisation are key as well. And finally, I'm going to mention it like I keep mentioning it, clean sheet. I think we've struggled defensively all season. We've kept 3 clean sheets all season in the Premier League, which isn't great. So we have to be good defensively. Fulham have dangerous players who can hurt us on the break, and we have to be careful of the counter-attack as well, because I'm expecting United to kind of dominate the ball and dominate possession and dominate proceedings as well, dominate the chances, and we have to be careful of Fulham on the break. They have some very dangerous players and pace on the break as well. We have to be careful of the counter-attack. The likes of Smith Rowe, Iwobi and Harry Wilson as well can hurt us on the break, and Raul Jimenez as well. So I think we have to be careful of the counter-attack as well. So in terms of the league table, let's take a quick look at the league table, and then I'll give my score prediction. So this is the league table right now. Arsenal are winning 3-0 against Leeds, which is a little bit unfortunate because I wanted Arsenal to drop points, because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. Preferably, I would want Aston Villa to win the league ahead of Manchester City and Arsenal. But in my opinion, the league is Arsenal's to lose. If they don't win it from this position onwards, then, it's a monumental mess up from them. But hopefully, the Arsenal mess up and bottle it like they usually do. I think they finished second in 3 consecutive seasons in a row. Or whatever, but hopefully Arsenal mess it up and someone like Aston Villa wins the league or something, but I don't see it happening. But yeah, Manchester United with a win would move to 41 points. We would obviously still be inside the top 4 because we're going to be ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool, who are below us. So it's really important that we pick up the win tomorrow if we are to be kind of cementing our place in the Champions League. Hopefully we do pick up the win, because we don't want to be dropping points against Fulham at home like we have been previously. We've got far too many draws, in my opinion, in the Premier League so far this season, and we can't be dropping more points. But yeah, Fulham are in seventh place with 34 points with a win. Fulham would move to 37 points, so they'd move 1 point behind us. And I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. These are the games that Manchester United have struggled in this season. If you have a look at the likes of playing lesser sides, we've struggled against the likes of Wolves, Burnley, West Ham, Forest, Leeds, Tottenham as well, Bournemouth, 10-man Everton as well. They're all sides that we dropped points to. So we've got far too many draws as well in the Premier League with 8, and had we converted some of them draws into wins, we would be closer in terms of closer to the top of the league, possibly even be top of the league had we kind of converted some of them draws into wins, and had we beaten a 10-man Everton as well, which was a really poor performance, a really poor result, really poor game by us to be dropping points to 10-man Everton. Really is kind of unforgivable. But there's some of the results that we've had so far this season, and if we are to be qualifying for the Champions League, we can't be dropping points to Fulham at home. So yeah, personally, these are the games that we've struggled with. I don't think we're going to be picking up the 3 points tomorrow, because we have struggled against these sides. But hopefully, I am proven wrong. I'm going for a 2-1 Fulham win. Going for Bruno Fernandes, Jimenez and Wilson to score the goals. Hopefully I'm proven wrong, and hopefully Manchester United can come away with all 3 points. Anyway, if you enjoyed this preview, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you after the match.